Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining the channel, all things real estate and network marketing. My name is Al Thomas. I want to go through a couple things. One of the first things you do, and oh, by the way, I'm up in California, Cosick, up in the hills here, about 30 minutes outside of Fresno, California today, doing a broadcast. I just want to let everybody know, when you get involved with network marketing, one of the hardest things people say is, Mr. Thomas, what do I say to people? How do I get leads? How do I get names and numbers? How? Well, today in today's broadcast, I'm going to break it down to simplicity of a few things to ask people as you talk to them. One of the first things is, most of us are afraid to approach people, to ask them for a name or number or email or whatever have you. A lot of times people just don't understand. First of all, how are you dressed? That's the first clue. How are you dressed? Are you dressed to a point a person will be receptive to you, or do you repel people from you? You know, look how you dress. And one of the things is I talk about, I keep this in my pocket because why? My little list. First of all, it's the Bible says, with love and kindness have I drawn thee. How do you draw people to you when you got bad breath? That's why I keep my little Listerine in my pocket, because first thing, when I say hi, I don't want them to go, huh. Does that make sense? I want to say hi. I want them to respond back, oh, hello, not ugh. So you keep this with you. And first of all, because who they see is your representative. What are you representing here? What are you representing? How's your hair? How's your clothes? How do you look? Gentlemen, your shoes shine, if you have shoes, or casually. How do you look? Are you appealing enough that the person you're talking to want to have a conversation with you? So number one, how are we dressed? One of the things I say to people when I talk to them about getting a name and number, I compliment them. Hey, ma'am, I love your hairstyle. I've had women say, oh, my God, thank you. My husband never said anything, had it done over a week ago, you know. Or just, sir, nice tie or nice shoes. Did you buy those? Your wife get them. And that's just a way of opening up a conversation. A lot of times we heard the word form, F-O-R-M, form. Family. Are you married? Single? You know, family. Oh, what do you do for occupation? What do you do for work? What line of work are you in? R, what do you like about, what's your recreation? What do you like to do for recreation? And M, are you making enough money? Well, that's great and fine and dandy, but it doesn't always work. What I found to work, honestly, all these years of 30 plus years of doing network marketing and also real estate, it's been real easy with people. Hey, man, you look great. Hey, man, you must make a lot of money for a shirt like that. No, blah, 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 blah. My wife got it. Wonderful. Man, you'd be good on my team. And you know, that's one of my little lines. Hey, you be good on my team. Or if I want somebody else on my organization, I say, you know what? You be good with no. You need to know Billy here. And the person, what do you think they do? They look at Billy. And I say, Billy has a business. Write this down word for word. Billy has a business. Billy have a business that makes him money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And now they're baffled. They're curious, like, what does Billy do? Well, listen, we're in a rush right now. We got to get to share somebody right now, what we're talking about. Let's get your name and number and set up another time where we both have the time to listen to get the correct information. That's it. Name and number. You know, or name. A lot of times people will give you their email. To me, that's secondary. That means I'm not quite sure. I want to get a number because I want to be able to converse with you. How many times have we got an email and we read the email and didn't understand the email and we took it the wrong way? How many times that happened? Yeah. So I want to get a number. I want to have a conversation with you. Does that make sense? Now, when you get the name and number, now you can follow up. In my phone, when I put the number in my phone and their name, I just don't put it in my phone. I also have a category in my phone under leads, which I'll go in there and I just open up and start a new chapter that says leads. And as I get new people throughout the day or week, I put them under leads, not just randomly in my phone, because if that happens, I can't get a hold. I don't know who, you know, after a day of going out prospecting, sometimes I come home with 7 names, 6 names. I want immediately, as soon as I get their name, is put it under leads. Once they get out of my area or my eyesight, leads, Billy Bob, phone number, clicks, and I put in that lead list. And as I go through the day, I add new people in that lead list. Therefore, when I'm relaxing later that day, I got a whole leads. I got all my leads right there. People I ran into, not rambling on my phone, trying to figure it out who's who. That makes sense? So with that said, now the next thing we do is, how would you follow up, Mr. Thomas? I'm glad you asked that. One of the things I do when I follow up with people, here's a phone call I make. I'll call them up, ring, ring. Hello. Hey, Billy Bob. Yeah. Hey, this is Al Thomas. I met you the other day down there at the mall. Oh, yeah. How you doing? Great. Hey, let me ask you a question. I want to send you a video out. What's a good time for you to look at it? Uh-huh. Okay. You got time today? Well, to tell you what I'm gonna text it to you or email it to you right now. And look at it, and I'll call you back in about 15 minutes, okay? So therefore, the video's only 10, a few minutes extra. Great. He's send the video. And what I love about today's modern day technology with Zoom and texting and emailing, I could send a text or email or video halfway across the world in seconds. Let me say it again, in seconds. The world has got smaller. In the old days, we had to bring, hotel rooms, meeting rooms, and food and travel and airplanes and all that good stuff. Now we don't have to do that. You can sit in the comfort of your home and build a multi-million-dollar business. I love that. So let's go back to the story. So now he has a chance to look at it. Hey, Billy Bob, what'd you like the most? I like the idea of feeding kids. Hey, whatever the answer is, me too. I like the idea of making all this money around my schedule. Hey, me too. Hey, I like the idea of the company giving back. Me too. Whatever the me too is, always go with them because people love doing business with people like themselves. That's a nugget. People love to do business with people like themselves. So I'm bonding with Billy Bob. And guess what happens? Now Billy Bob's more receptive because we are thinking the same. We have the same interest, is helping people.